Hey, good morning everyone. It is 6:32 and I am all packed up and ready to go. This is April 22nd and we are on day number 3 here in Thailand. Today's whole goal is just to get to Trat. Trat has a bicycle store which I need to get to because when I was taking out one of my, the broken spoke yesterday, guess what I found? 5 of them. Yeah. So I think there was only one broken, and I don't think I overlooked the other ones. I think they just kept snapping as I was on that rough back road getting to the other border. But I was like, 5 is almost too much. I got on Google to check. I Googled how many is safe. I have a 32 spoke wheel, and they said more than 4 or 5, the wheel gets way too unstable. But as someone said in the comments, once you have one snap, they just keep snapping. I'll show you one of my concerns though. So let's go out here real quick. So my concern is that they're mostly located in one area. There's 1 here, there's 2, there's 3, all within this area. There's 3. The other one's a little farther away, there's 4, and the other one's on the opposite side, there's 5. So I have a weak spot right there in the tire, but Trat is the only spot that actually has a bicycle store. They're claiming 2 bicycle stores. Doesn't mean that there's not something along the way, it's just not listed. So I definitely need to get this fixed somehow, if it's a new rim or whatever. But right now I'm just gonna take it slow and steady. Like I said, my main concern is having all that weight on the back right there. Like I said, I pack fairly light. But since I haven't been getting on the airplanes, I haven't been worried about staying at my 7 kilogram, 8 kilogram weight level. So, I mean, I'm probably not much more. I'm probably around 9 kilograms. But that's still, you know, that's extra weight on the back, stuff like this. And I just don't want to have a you know, I don't want to have the rim just bend on me while I'm riding with my camera in my hand and just eat it. That would be an expensive mistake. So that's my plan. Trat's somewhere around 80 kilometers away, give or take. And yeah, it's early enough. I'm trying to beat the heat, but I wanted to make sure I that I responded to everybody's comments and stuff like this. Hey, thank you guys for everybody making the comments. It's very enjoyable to have a small YouTube community that are actually watching my progress. Like I said, I started this channel just so I could just start documenting for myself what I already was doing, you know, what I've already been doing for the majority of my life. So. But now my goals are, my travels are more goal-oriented, like the Camino, the Komodo Kodo, the bicycling, and it's awesome to have you guys along for this journey. Okay, guys, that's it. And one thing I did want to mention, a lot of people might be looking up the places that I'm going and stuff like that, and they'll realize that the border crossing that I did try, the one I got turned away from, there's at least 2 posts there from 2 years ago that says it's not a crossable border. For some reason, I either overlooked that or ignored it, or read it and then it just went in one ear and out the other, because I do check comments. I mean, I'm diligent about checking the comments on the places that I stay, the places that I go, but I didn't do my due diligence on this time, and I paid for it by having to go 80 kilometers or 70 kilometers to the southern border on a back road along the border, stuff like that in the heat. So, lesson learned. a little more research can save a lot of headaches. All right, guys, I'm on 5 minutes right now of blabbing. I'm going to get on my bike and start heading for Trat. Let's hit the road. Hello, everybody. Those are the rubber tree plants. The way that they, I'm not sure if you can see that real well. They got the little buckets and they cut the bark on them and the sap comes out. And yeah, I found out in, I think, Vietnam. I had to look them up to see what they were, what type of trees they were. And yeah, rubber tree, it's a big business. Anyway, right now we are at 10:13 and I've already came 52 kilometers. I saw some shade, decided to get out, and you can hear that pausing ride. That's because I just started on this journey, the Strava app. So the Strava app was a suggestion. I'm not sure if it was James or who it was that actually made the suggestion that I should start using that so that I can share with the community and everybody can keep track of my routes I'm taking and stuff. So I just started the Strava app today. I almost forgot to start it as I was coming out of the hotel room, but I'll try and do the Strava app. I'll learn more about it as I go along and stuff like that. I'll post in the posting on my channel the app, so if you guys want to download it and maybe start following me that way, I'll still be doing the Google Maps. So yeah, I'm gonna learn about Strava. I'm gonna learn about, Strava, S-T-R-A-V-A. Like I said, I'll post a link to the app. So I gotta learn about it though. So I'm bound to mess up on it somehow. Other than that, yeah, I got 27 kilometers to go till I'm at Trat. And yeah, I've actually, I need to wake up earlier more often. because we haven't hit the hot part of the day, and I've been an idiot doing this in the heat. One other thing I want to mention, I don't check my PayPal that much. Like I said, I'm not really trying to make money off doing this. I mean, it's a nice benefit when people do post donations. So when I do recognize that I did get a donation, I want to make sure I give a thank you to you guys. So John D, thank you again, brother. I know you've been sticking with me from the very beginning since I started my Vietnam trip, and it's awesome to have ones like you and Puka Life and, you know, David and stuff like that always following. I know you posted me a donation a little while back, and I just recognized it, but thank you, brother. It's always good to hear you commenting. And Keith, thank you very much for the donation. You guys, thank you very much. Other than that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get back on the road here and finish my way. This has actually been a fairly enjoyable ride here. It's no loud cars honking and stuff like that, and the heat hasn't gotten to me yet. And if you look, there's a little bit of cloud coverage. So I'm going to try and knock out the last 27 before the heat actually gets, before the heat catches up to me. All right, guys, I'm going to hit the road again. So something I've noticed here in Thailand that I didn't see in Cambodia or Vietnam, which is very, very nice to have, is right here. They're just little shaded areas that you can pull up to if the sun gets too much and take a break. And I think that is very, very nice. You can see on the other side of the road, they have it too. Oh, you can kind of see past the grass there. So I'm going to take a break and yeah, just take a break, rehydrate. So while I'm sitting here and rehydrating, I probably have to grab my other bottle. By the way, I think I go through, anybody wondering how much water I go through about 6 of these, so about 9 liters. I think is about my average in the heat. That's not with everything else. Like I drink a lot of other stuff like energy drinks and stuff like that, but those make you pee. So actually, those don't really hydrate your body. At least that's what the saying is. Now, there's a lot of people that say like beer will dehydrate you and stuff like this, and you shouldn't drink alcohol when you're, when you're dehydrated or anything like this. But that's not fully necessary. I would agree with that with the hard alcohol. But with beer and stuff, if you're not consuming large amounts of it, then I think it's beneficial. I've been stuck in a tent where I couldn't get out and get water for a while. And I had a 12-foot pack of beer and some little, like, what was it, English muffins. Now, the English muffins, because your digestive system needs water and stuff like that to produce it, you should stay away from eating and vitamins and anything that makes you pee and stuff. But I used to, knowing that I'd be stuck in my tent for a while, I'd wake up, crack a beer, drink only one beer, and then fall back to sleep. That way I'm not burning up the water that was in my body and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if you guys ever saw Survivor Man. He was one of the first people that started doing, like, Strauss, he was the first person to really actually start filming himself and going out and stuff like that. A lot of the survival shows and stuff were more or less, they were all staged. A lot of them were. You could ask anybody that was on them. But we ended up with some really great people too, like David Canterbury, who is I've been following for most of his career, well, all of his career. And even Creek Stewart and stuff like this. I remember all the shows. I used to watch them all. But there were scenarios that just brought up. Usually you would never be in a scenario that bad. And it's good to be self-reliant. It really good. It's like David Canterbury used to said once on, I think it was Dirty Rotten Survivalist, that the more you know, the less you have to carry. And that is true. And if you guys don't know who Dave Canterbury is, you should really look him up. I'll post his channel sometime because he was a big part of my life. Because I used to like to wake up in the morning and I'd be out in the woods somewhere, but still have a signal and close enough that I could probably walk down to the store within the day and get another bottle of booze because I used to be a heavy drinker. But I used to love waking up and just watching his shows and stuff on YouTube and stuff. And as I'm having my morning beer or whatever it was, yes, I used to be a morning drinker. I used to be a bad alcoholic. So I don't fully agree, I mean, with the fact that, well, like I said, Survivor Man also, he put himself in a scenario where he was stuck in the snow in his car, and all he brought with him was like a few tall cans of Mickey. I got to applaud him on his choice of beer, Mickey's. Woo! Made in Olympia, along with Old English, Olympia, Washington. But, yeah, so where was I going with this? I think I'm just rambling, but I had to say that I don't drink anymore. But if you're stuck in a situation, you got a can of beer, just sip on it. Just the act of actually taking in a fluid will make you non-thirsty. It won't stop you from dehydrating, but it tricks your body into thinking. That's why when you're drinking water, you're never drinking quite enough. Your body thinks it's got enough and you usually quit, but you got to consume more. So I don't think I'm actually consuming enough at 9 liters a day, which is, it should be, I think, recommended 1 liter per hour in hot weather. So, but I'm also riding a bike, and that's working in hot weather, 1 liter an hour, but I think that's an underestimation. Anyway, that's how much water I'm drinking. I just wanted to ramble about something to try and fill up a little gap on this video because all this way it's been a nice ride. It's just I haven't been filming much. So where I don't film the road, I'll fill it in with a ramble. All right, guys. All right, I made it here in Trat. Just got in. It is, looks like 12:41 right now. And I'm going to hunt down a 7-Eleven. My go-to places. So like I said, I was going to my go-to place, get some food, something to drink, and find a room. I found a room for about $8 and some change. One of the guest houses. There are only really 3 here that were under 10 bucks, and the cheapest one was $7. This one was $8, but then a little taxation, and then the other, the more expensive one was $9. So I took the middle ground. This one seemed the best. I'll be heading over there to unload my backpack, but then I'm gonna go look into getting my spokes. See what the cost of the spokes are. Like I said, it's just a $100 bicycle. Excuse me. So I'm not gonna spend it has to be cheap. Otherwise, if it's not cheap, replace it to another $100 bicycle. I'd hate to do that, but I mean, I don't actually know how much it might run, because I've never actually gone in for spokes or anything. I haven't gone in for really anything. If it breaks, I fix it myself usually. So yeah, that's the plan. Go to the guest house, which it's not a hostel, it's a guest house. Drop off my stuff. Go try and get over there, because it's 1:11 right now and I don't want to wait much longer. And try and get that back tire all fixed up. That way I'm not running around on something that might collapse on me. Alright guys, that's the plan. Well, I made it to my room. The guy at check-in didn't seem like he liked his picture being taken. So, I mean, no, he didn't at all. He was like, "Hey, don't do it." So, so he's probably some type of spy here under an undercover mission. Doesn't want to be known from England or something. But to respect his privacy, I'll edit him out. So if you notice that the check-in thing's a little choppy, I mean more choppy than usual, it's because I'm trying to make sure that he's not in any of the scenes where you can recognize his face. So, hey, I just, you know, I want to respect people's privacy. Other than that, yeah, this is the room. Very small, fan only. And yeah. Sorry guys, I have it set on the horizon style setting for the camera. So I noticed that the camera, anytime I was swinging it, at least recently, I don't remember it doing this, but it's starting to go up. You know, it's in the follow mode on the DJI. So I have it set now where it's that it keeps the horizon level at all times. So that means you can't really pan up and pan down because it'll just keep the Osmo, you know, level. But when I'm riding a bike, I'm gonna definitely start putting it on that setting. It won't give me the freedom of panning up and down, but since I'm swinging my arm more or less blindly as I'm just like driving, yeah, I think it'll be better. So anyway, if you ever noticed that my shots have been getting out of alignment more than normal, I don't know. It just is. Alright guys, I'm gonna put up my stuff, go look for the bike shop. Alright guys, I found a bicycle shop right down here. Really close to actually the hostel I'm staying in. Nice spot, and thank you so much. Yeah, it's actually a nice bicycle shop. It's got like a lot of stuff compared to like Vietnam where they almost had nothing. So I'm dropping my bike off of 5 spokes and a new back tire since it was getting worn out. Only 400 baht, so like 12 bucks for 5 spokes and 1 new tread for the back. So that's awesome price, man. And let me show you what store it is. So if you guys are ever here, it's the LA store. Well, they don't have the sign out anymore, but just take my word for it. Here it is. There it is. There's the sign. So LA, sale and service. Nice, huge bike stop, and very friendly. Speaks English, and yeah. And if you want to convert your bicycle into a car, no, just joking. Got a little of everything though. Alright guys, I got till 5 o'clock, 2 hours. I'll come pick it back up. Until then, I'm going to look for a money exchange. I have some cash from, some US cash from Cambodia that I actually need to turn into baht. Alright. This is Mr. DIY. These were, used to go to these in Japan. I'll show you what they're like on the inside. They're decent prices. But I actually know something I need while I'm in here, so yeah, it's like any hardware store that you see with candy. No, that's not usually what it's like. I'm gonna get a car shade. I'm gonna get a car shade for laying on underneath my hammock. Even though it's summer right now, I don't need it. It is always good to have one folded up and in my backpack as a mat underneath me. They work good. They're made out of the same reflective material that emergency blankets are, so they radiate your heat back up into you. And they're usually made out of the foamy bubble stuff. Not foamy, the air bubble type stuff. So it gives you a dead air space. So it gives you insulation underneath you. And it's a cheap alternative, and it works perfect. I read it on the internet once, and I start using it. So I'm going to find that. So these are what I was actually talking about right here. This is actually, I think, the same one I had last time, and use it as an undermat. It's actually perfect for like a hammock. It's basically the same thing that Hennessy Hammock will sell you, but their version's obviously better built and it's sized to fit their hammocks. But if you want to spend $100 on that, go ahead, but this is only like a little over $1. So that's what I'm doing. This worked out perfect last time. I also found a bicycle tool for $125, so that's $3.75. $3.75. Yeah, that'll help out. Maybe I can get rid of some of the bulk of the other tools I'm carrying around. Hey y'all, it's 5:55 right now, and I just got back from the bicycle store and stuff like that. I picked up my bike. I got the 5 spokes done, new tread on the back tire. Yeah, that was like 400 baht, so yeah, $12. And I didn't go overboard on the shopping over the Mr. DUI. I'll just show you what I got. These are things this is for, like I said, the undermat for when it does start getting cold. I know it's really hot right now, but I couldn't find one of these anywhere in the surrounding countries, so I'm just buying it while I found it. It's very lightweight and it folds up nice. So this is the same brand I had in Japan. Bicycle tool. Just actually reduce some of the other tools I'm carrying around. This very well covers everything. I had a bike. I have the front light already, so this is a rechargeable back like red light or strobe light too, depending on what setting you want to put it on. But I just need that just in case I am riding at night. And then I actually it's hard in Vietnam and Cambodia and stuff. I couldn't find good needles, so I got canvas needles. So these are the what you might call canvas needles, the bigger, thicker ones. These smaller ones I never really use except for maybe this one. It's got a larger eye. I usually need a larger eye just so I can weave dental floss through it. Do all my sewing with dental floss. It's just a hobo thing that we do, is we use dental floss instead of any type of thread. And yeah, so that's what I need. This way I can replace my old sewing kit, the cheap one that I got from the only one I could find in the only one that I could actually find in Vietnam. And now I got canvas needles. All right, that's what I wanted. It's always good to have a sewing kit on you. It's very, very lightweight. It's not something you need to like cut to save weight or anything like that. And I did pick up one other thing. That's right. Let me, if I'm going to be honest here. So I did spend a little bit of money on something, an item, even though these were all cheap. Like I said, this was $3.50. This was actually, I thought it was a little expensive at $3. This is like $1.50. But I went ahead and got a 20,000 milliamp hours because I'm carrying around a lot of tins. And I know I'm carrying this big ass bulky one, but right now I'm going to be running an app, a tracking app. I posted a link on my channel. I'm learning about it. Put the name of the app right here. So I'm going to try and cut back on 2 of the 10,000s and replace it with 120. This is actually only 50,000. Look how bulky this thing is. But it does allow me to get a few charges. I can stay out 2 nights, 3 days. And with this, I should be able to actually stay out a little longer. Because I wouldn't mind staying out 4 nights if I can. And the only bad part about that is not being able to post any of these videos. I want to try and keep that on a day-to-day. So anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a night here. I'm going to get to editing and post this. I don't know what today's going to turn out like. It was a lot of me just doing meaningless shopping and getting my bike done, though. You know, that's awesome. I got my spokes done. And I got that tire for a really good price. But then when I asked about a lock, they wanted 170 for the lock. I'm like, well, the labor was like only twice that, you know. It's like, never mind. So I cheaped out on the lock. I'll go get one later. Yeah, guys, that's it for the night. I'm going to say good night, y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm going to piece this all together and throw it out there. Till tomorrow.